Shalom. Let's start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and those great ministers and salutations to those Fadeth, this pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth and all faith, truth, and sincerity. I'm going to want to buy back giving us sitting. Just want to go into this sitting just about, how, this world, or the so-called white man, Esau, in my world is, this place, it's come to an end. This system, this setup, that's ran by the so-called white man, so-called white people, Edomites, the elites, the bankers, and so forth. They got this, this setup, this world, messed up. It's out of order. The lies and the deception that they put out there amongst the people. They got people out there confused or what's the truth, what's the truth and what's not the truth. They pushing, wickedness, that the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua hates. And they're messing up the earth. Like I say, they, messing up the water, the air, the food, and like I said, this place is just not the place to really, me myself first and foremost is not the place to really, try to be comfortable in. I say, be relaxed in because like I said, the Lord Yahweh Yahushua will, destroy this place, America, Babylon the Great, and take out the so-called white man Esau, Edomite devils out of power. So-called white man, so-called white people, Edomites, out of power. So, now this is not a place to really, like I say, to get comfortable, to relax. Really have no, have a mind frame or have a mind frame of looking forward to something great here, because it ain't nothing great about being in this place, America, Babylon the Great. Everything is just out of order, it's wickedness, all this, just, it's nasty, what I'm saying? There's just a lot of wild stuff going on, and, the people are just, out here ain't right, it just, a lot of things is not right about this place. And, so, like, for the most part, it's all about looking forward to the kingdom, as far as like, just constantly pushing the word of the Lord Yahweh, the truth, and just keep on believing and keep the faith in the Lord Yahweh, and not put your trust and faith in this place, America, Babylon the Great, because it's gonna be destroyed. But like I said, only the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, natives, Israelites is really, it's going to be focused on, the Lord Yahweh and the word, and pushing this truth and looking forward to, the kingdom, and not really stressing or really worrying so much about, the things of this world, because like I said, this ain't forever. This ain't a place to really, relax or really care for so much, because the end game. If you lose this, lose that. Hey, it is what it is. This place gonna be destroyed anyway. This place, America, Babylon the Great, gonna be destroyed by Lord Yahushua when he returns in his so-called UFO chariot, which is the chariots, and and the angels, and going to destroy this place, and the thermonuclear missiles that's gonna be shot towards America, Babylon the Great. But start out with Hebrews 13:14. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come. So we don't have no continuing city here. We don't have no continuing, to establish something here, because like I say, this place is corrupt. It's corrupt. You got to deal with, the Edomite devils trying to take your shit, by, ways, or, they'll pass these messed up laws, or, they tax you crazy on your property or whatever it may be. You got to pay this and pay that constantly, it's not a win-win situation here in America. Babylon the Great. You know, it's for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Israelites. It ain't a win. It's not a win-win situation for us in America. Babylon the Great. Even those that do sell out, because you sell out to the so-called white man, Esau, and might double. You still gonna lose because Lord Yahushua gonna return and destroy this place. You can side with the so-called white man, Esau, and Edomite doubles, these elites or whatever, but you still gonna lose in the end. You're not gonna have the victory in the end. Only the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Israelites, the ones that keep the faith in Lord Yahushua and don't bow down to this system and don't sell out and constantly keep the faith in the Lord Yahushua no matter what, even unto death. When it comes to that, hey, the elect is gonna get the victory in the end with the Lord Yahushua. Hopefully, I'm probably righteous number, but the elect is gonna have the victory, and they're gonna get everything that is coming to them, far like keeping the faith and kept, especially like I said, the men of the Lord that kept pushing the word of the Lord and kept the faith, no matter what, and they're gonna receive, like I said, a crown of life and new bodies and so forth, everything, more than your heart's desire, right? That's what the elect is gonna receive, in the end, like once this, like I said, once the Lord Yahushua returns and destroy this place, America, Babylon the Great, and the thermonuclear missiles raining down on America, Babylon the Great, and burning up everything here, So, like I said, this place, is not, forever. It's not like I said, not a place to, establish something, because like I said, it's corrupt. They make laws where they take your stuff, your land, your business, whatever it may be. Just trying to, like I said, constantly oppress you, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Israelites. They're what them Edomites want to do. They don't want you to thrive in America, Babylon the Great. They want you to be. They really want you, to be slaves, just slaves, and they don't want you to own nothing. Especially here in America, Babylon the Great, they don't want you to own nothing, man. And that's the situation right now. Right now that we're in right now, that how everything is just so, everything is the prices of everything, food and so forth is up, right? And they doing it on purpose. They raising up these prices on the housing and so forth, that you're not gonna be able to own nothing. You ain't gonna be able to own it. And like I said, these jobs ain't raising up pay to where you can try to have some comfortability, something to look forward to. But it ain't nothing to look forward to in America, Babylon the Great. We at the end of this. This place is coming to it's coming to an end, man. We at the end of it, It just the prophecies, everything got to play out, But we at that point. It's nothing to look forward here, man. It's all about focus. It's all about believing and keeping Lord Yahushua and having that focus and hope and hoping and receiving the kingdom. To be delivered to be delivered by Lord Yahushua, from the wrath and destruction that He gonna bring down on America, Babylon the Great, in these times and going forward. But I'll go from there. Go to Isaiah 24:4. Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languishes. This. Excuse me. The world languish and fadeth away, and the haughty people of the earth do languish. So, like I say, the earth and everything, the earth mourn. Like I said, we in that time. Like I say, man, the people, and everything in the earth, the people, the animals. You say, like, it's mourn. They are mourning, man. And this place gonna fade away. Like I say, this world, so-called white man, Esau, my word is gonna fade away. The system's gonna fade away. It's gonna be destroyed by Lord Yahushua. Like I said, but the people are mourning, man. People are not happy, man. People, like I say, put on their front, smile, and your face, but really, people out here are just mad, man, and fed up with how things are right now, man. Like I said, this place it's gonna fade away. This world is gonna fade away. Like I said, people are sick and tired of dealing with the not having enough money to to do things or buy things or what it may be. and just so forth, dealing with these unrighteous decrees, that the so-called white man East might push, And matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Get this precept. I don't have my mind. I'm trying to think. Excuse me. Okay, I got it. Oh no. Okay. There you go. I was trying to think of it in my head. Searching. So let's see. So this Proverbs 29:2. For the righteous are when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So want to bring it up, because when so who are the righteous? The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Israelites. When the righteous are in authority, the Israelites, the people, rejoice because, the righteous, the chosen people, the true chosen people of the Lord, which are the so-called Negro, Latino natives, is going to have things in order. Everything's going to be set how it's supposed to sit. No confusion. Everything's going to be how it's supposed to be. Our women, Israelite women going to be, in order when, once the kingdom is established, because our women right now, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native women are out of control. Especially the nigga woman, is out of control, man. They just, doing what they want to do. But like I said, being in this so-called white man East Sodomite setup, these women have too much liberty, man. They can just do what the hell they want to do and not expect no consequences or not say no discipline. They don't have no fear, especially in men, because most of these men out here, they don't have no backbone. They don't put their foot down, But if you try to come at a woman wrong way, whatever it may be, or you get, she'll call the police on you just because you just trying to get her, to respect you or whatever it may be. They'll call the police on you quick to get you locked up. But like I said, these women, the so-called Negro woman, Latino, Native, Israelite women, this system protects them. The so-called white man Edomites, these double system protects them, and have a favoritism, more than of the Israelite men, far like in court and so forth. They'll give a woman less sentence than a man in court. For the same offense, right? The woman get a lesser sentence than a man. I say for an Israelite man for the most part, because like I said, the so-called white man East on my devils, this they rulership, this they system. They do the same crime as a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Israelite man. Is the Israelite man that a Negro, Latino, Native man, they'll get a longer sentence, harsher sentence than the man, so-called white man Edomite devil. They'll get a lesser sentence. Same situation, but the white man will get a lesser sentence than the Israelite man. Same thing with the Israelite women. They'll get a lesser sentence. Than the Israelite man. For the same, like I said, same situation, right? Because like I say, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Israelite women, they benefit for the so-called white man East Sodomites rulership in this system. They could get by. They could get by with certain things. But like I say, once the kingdom is established by the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Israelite men, and loyal Shai King David and the 144,000 the governing body, things gonna be in order. And like I say, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be fear. It's gonna be fear and respect. When our women gonna be in order, because they, the consequences of not respecting the Israelite man. It's gonna be not a good thing, right? So, but like things gonna be put in order, man, back in order. And like I said, the earth, the animals and the food and so forth that we eat is gonna be more better. more better prepared, and the animals and everything gonna be not defiled, which I don't get that. No, not gonna know, like, you don't know what these, farmers are doing to these animals, and you know what I'm saying, and what they're doing in these factories with the food, and they messing with your food, and then and then, like I said, the water, and then the air, they polluting the air with chemicals, and in the water, and messing up they messing up the water, you know what I'm saying, defiling the water, which last time we get that scripture, but like I say, when the wicked rule when the wicked breath rule, the people mourn, so the people are mourning, man. It's because the so-called white man, Esau, my devils, the ones that's in power, man, got these people out in mourning and stressing out and depressed, man, and on drugs, because they got to deal with the pressure. They got to pay all these bills and work these long hours just to make chump change, you know what I'm saying. And once you get your paycheck, it's all going off bills. You can't say none of that, especially in these times, the way things, the price of everything is right now with food and so forth, So, this times that we in, but hey, this place coming to an end. It's good, man. Hey, let it, get out of crazy, out of control, whatever. Let it eat my devils, do what they gotta do, bring their kingdom to to an end. It's prophecy anyway. It's gonna happen anyway. They can't. Nobody can resist the will of the Lord Yahweh. Nobody can resist the will of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. It's gonna happen. And when you seeing it now, But let me go back. Yeah. Okay, so So God, Isaiah 24:5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. So the earth is, it's defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because of the so-called white man, Esau and my devils, man. Like I said earlier, they messing with your food, the air, the water, they messing with the animals, tired of this damn devil, eating mites, the trees, they mess with the trees, And is a lot of things that the Edomite devils are doing is just straight up wicked, man. They changing in the ordinance, like I said, the order or the ways of the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Lord Yahweh, the ways of the Lord Yahweh Shai has set up. Man, plus how it's supposed to be. They changing the ordinance, you know what I'm saying? How things supposed to be in order, how people supposed to be in order, you know what I'm saying? And with the earth and so forth, they're changing, they're changing laws and, times, they're messing up the times, they're changing the times and, manipulating the time, manipulating, saying that wrong, manipulating, the times, they're messing up, the times and so forth, right? And got people just, all confused and, messed up, And that's why these so-called white man, Esau and my devils gotta go. And they not following the ways of the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Bible, how they're not following the land Sabbath, and you're supposed to get the earth to rest. These Edomite devils gonna keep banging on the earth. They banging on the earth. Just keep building stuff and what I'm saying, cutting down trees and messing up where animals live and so forth, man. That's why, they changing the animals, of they living situation as well, The Edomite devils don't care. As long as they they try to, make some money, whatever. Just try to, do whatever, take your resources and suck you dry. They don't care about you living in, they don't care about you living in the area of their of their business or power plant, where it may be. And it's bad for your health, You breathing those chemicals that coming from the plant or from the warehouse, where it may be, and you breathing it in, it's killing you slowly, or it's messing up your water. That's why this so-called white man, Esau and my devils, gotta go, man. They gotta get out the way, man. Cause Cause the longer they in power, they're gonna completely they could destroy the whole earth. Cause they just so proud, man. You know, they proudful, man. You know, they don't see the harm they doing. Not just to the people. They, you know, especially the Israelites. You know that that the so-called white man eats Sodomites. You know, devil. You know, he hates you. The so-called white man eats Sodomite devils. He hates you, so-called Negro Latino natives, which are Israelites. You know, but not just that. You know, he don't care about his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doing his own wrong. But if this man stay in power for you know a longer period of more time, the whole earth, he would destroy the whole earth, man. He almost near doing it. You know. But the Lord Yahushua is not going, you know, it's only, he got a bounds. He set a bounds for the so-called white man Esau, my devils that he can't cross. You can't, you ain't finna destroy the whole earth. I'm finna not let you do it, you know? And that's why the Lord Yahushua got to return. He will return and take the so-called white man Esau out of the power seat. I'm going to go from there. I didn't want to make this too long, but so I'm going to end off of this because I didn't want to make this too long. It's Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So yeah, so the Lord Yahushua will, when he makes his return, destroy America, Babylon the Great, you know, take the so-called white man, Esau, my devils out of power. You know, it's gonna be a new heavens, a new earth, a new, you know, everything gonna be brand new. You know, the air, the water, everything gonna be just clean, you know, fresh. It's gonna be a reset, you know, it needs to be. You know, it's gonna be beautified. It's gonna be what it needs, how it's supposed to be, how the earth's supposed to be, how it's supposed to look. You know, it's a certain way how the earth and things, you know, the things of the earth and everything, you know, the people, how it's supposed to be, how the setup really supposed to be. This ain't how it's supposed to be. This is an example how you destroy it. That's what the so-called white man, Esau, and my devils are doing. They're destroying this earth. You know what I'm saying? Got the people that's out of I say control, out of whack. You know, not in their right mind. You know, because of the wickedness that they push. It's, you know, the sinful way, sinful ways. Is not good. That they push, and you see the decline of people, and like I say, of the quality of food, the water, and so forth, the air. This is an example of how you destroy it. but when the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Israelites get in power, and like I said, Lord Yahushua, King David, the elect, the 144,000 governing body, you're gonna see how it's supposed to be ran in righteousness and how things supposed to really be set up. And you're gonna see the earth more beautified and the people be more, in a right mindset, in order, being respectful, and so forth, man, And I say it's gonna be, everything gonna be brand new. And the former things, the things of this world, right now in this life, we ain't gonna remember this shit, man. Excuse my language. We ain't gonna remember this, man. We ain't gonna remember nothing. The pain, the sufferings, the losses that we deal with now. We ain't gonna remember that shit. When the Lord Yahushua returns, and take down the so-called white man, Esau, the mighty devils out of power, man. When he returns, when the Lord Yahushua returns in chariot so-called UFO, in the chariot so-called UFOs, he gonna, once the smoke clears, everything gonna be, it's gonna be, gonna put the earth and everything back in order. How it's supposed to be, and the white man double Edomite is gonna be removed out the way, man, and they're gonna be at the bottom. They in the top now, but they're gonna come down with the Lord Yahushua gonna bring them down with a hard judgment and violence, but a great destruction, the Edomite doubles, they came in power of violence, by way of violence and rape, rob, and murder. They're gonna go out the same way when Lord Yahushua returns. And bring them down with a great destruction and violence by way of the chariots and the thermonuclear missiles. That's gonna be shot towards America, Babylon the Great. Everything you'll see gonna be completely destroyed. And burnt up, man. So, it's nothing here to look forward to, because I said those that's in the knowing this truth. This place is gonna be completely just done away with. In the near future. In the near future to come. So it's nothing really to hold on to and to cherish, because the end, it's not forever. It's gonna be, this place gonna be destroyed, man. This place, America, Babylon the Great, everything in it. So I didn't want to make it too long. So again, I'd like to give our praise and glory to you.